Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got a super special story to share with you, one that's sure to bring a smile to your face, especially with Halloween just around the corner. So, grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's dive into the heartwarming tale of Gigi the Giggling Ghost. Now, in an old creaky attic, the kind with dusty boxers and forgotten treasures, there lived a tiny, ethereal being. This wasn't your typical spooky ghost, no sir. Her name was Gigi, and she was unlike any other spirit you might have heard about. You see, while most ghosts were busy practicing their boos and woos to send shivers down spines, Gigi had a completely different passion. She loved to giggle. Oh, her giggles were like tiny bells, tinkling softly through the stillness of the attic, often surprising the spiders more than any human. Gigi spent her days floating among the forgotten toys, sometimes playing hide-and-seek with dust bunnies, and always giggling. Her little translucent form would shake with delight, and a soft, happy hum would often accompany her light-hearted chortles. She wasn't scary in the slightest. In fact, if you happened to be a mouse scurrying by, you'd probably just think a breeze had rustled through the rafters. As Halloween night approached, the air outside the old house began to buzz with an electric excitement. Gigi could feel it, even from her perch in the attic. She heard the faint sounds of children's excited chatter, the rustle of costumes, and the distant, cheerful calls of trick-or-treat. Her tiny ghost heart, if ghosts even had hearts, fluttered with curiosity and a growing sense of longing. She wanted to be a part of it, to experience the magic of Halloween night firsthand, just like the living children. So, with a hopeful little swish and a silent gasp of courage, Gigi decided to do something she'd never done before. She floated down from her dusty attic home, through the quiet hallways, and right out into the crisp autumn air of the street below. The sight that greeted her was absolutely wondrous. The street was alive with vibrant colors, glowing jack-o'-lanterns, and children dressed as witches, superheroes, princesses, and all sorts of fantastical creatures. Each child carried a brightly decorated pumpkin bucket, their eyes wide with anticipation. Gigi was mesmerized. She watched as groups of children, their laughter echoing through the evening, approached brightly lit houses, knocked on doors, and shouted, "Trick or treat!" with gusto. Her own spectral form flickered with excitement. She wanted to join them, to be part of the fun, to feel the thrill of collecting candy. But there was one small problem. She knew what ghosts were supposed to do. They were supposed to say boo and be scary. Gathering all her courage, Gigi decided to try. She found a group of children, all dressed as tiny pirates, marching bravely towards the house. Gigi floated up beside them, took a deep, ghostly breath, and tried to unleash her most intimidating boo. But instead of a frightful sound, what came out was a high-pitched, irrepressible giggle. Heeheehee boo. Ha, she burst out, her whole body shaking with uncontrollable mirth. The pirate children, who had been mid-stride, froze. They looked at each other, then slowly, cautiously, at the floating, shimmering form beside them. Gigi, still giggling, tried again. Heeheehee, boo, ha. Her efforts to be scary were utterly defeated by her own joyful nature. Then something wonderful happened. One of the pirate children, a little girl with a sparkly eye patch, started to giggle. Then another, a boy with a toy sword, joined in. Soon, the entire group of pirate children wasn't scared at all. They were laughing. Their initial surprise quickly turned into shared amusement. "You're not scary," the little girl exclaimed, wiping a tear of laughter from her eye. "You're funny." Gigi's translucent cheeks, if ghosts had cheeks, flushed with pure delight. She wasn't scary. She was funny. This was even better than she could have imagined. She gave another happy, tinkling giggle, a sound that seemed to sprinkle joy into the air around them. From that moment on, Gigi found her place on Halloween night. She followed the children from house to house, not as a frightening specter, but as a delightful companion. Whenever they knocked on a door, Gigi would float up, and with her sweet, irrepressible hee boo, ha, she'd turn every attempt at a scare into a burst of shared laughter. Homeowners, initially startled by the floating figure, quickly softened when they heard Gigi's charming giggles, often finding themselves chuckling along. The children adored her. They loved her happy presence, her light-hearted spirit, and the way her giggles made everything feel a little brighter, a little more magical. Gigi felt so happy and so accepted. She wasn't alone anymore. She was part of the Halloween fun. As the night wore on, the moon climbed high in the sky, casting long, spooky fun shadows. The children's pumpkin buckets grew heavier and heavier with delicious treats. And Gigi, well, her own small spectral pumpkin bucket, which she hadn't realized she even had, began to fill up too. With each shared giggle, each burst of laughter she inspired, a piece of candy would magically appear inside. By the end of the night, her bucket was overflowing with colorful candies, chocolates and lollipops, a sweet testament to the joy she had brought to everyone. Gigi floated home that night, her heart full, her bucket full, and her spirit buzzing with pure happiness. She wasn't just a tiny, anonymous ghost anymore. From then on, Gigi wasn't known as a scary ghost who haunted attics. Oh no! She became famously known as the Giggling Ghost of Halloween. She was the wonderful spirit who turned every boo into a burst of laughter, making Halloween a little sweeter and a lot more joyful for everyone she met. And that, my friends, is the tale of Gigi, the Giggling Ghost. A reminder that sometimes the best way to light up the world is with a little laughter and a whole lot of joy. I hope you enjoyed Gigi's story as much as I did telling it. If you loved this heartwarming tale, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more fun stories and adventures. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!